Hey, School A Academy, friends and family. I have Casey McCall with me today. Many of you know him from our school website, but today I've got some questions that will dive deeper into who he is beyond just the bio. But for a quick recap, he has a BA from Stanford University. He has a Master of Divinity from Southern Baptist Theological Seminary. He pastors at a church in Louisville, Kentucky. He has many years of teaching experience in Latin, logic, and the humanities. And he loves pastoring, teaching, coaching. So here we go. 5 questions with your classical educator. All right, who's your favorite author? Name and explain why.
Yeah, so this is actually hard for me, but I'm teaching 2 classes on C.S. Lewis, and so that's going to be where I go to for this one. So C.S. Lewis is certainly one of my favorite authors for many reasons, but mainly because of his ability to take very deep, complex truths and speak them in a way that's popular and that appeals to the imagination. And he wrote in so many genres, so whether you're a fiction reader or nonfiction or whatever your interest, you can find something in C.S. Lewis. So he's certainly my favorite author.
Absolutely, and he inspired our great hall. All right, so what is your favorite quote having to do with education?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with C.S. Lewis here. I am training to be a historian, and so C.S. Lewis loved history, and he often talked about chronological snobbery and mitigating against that. And so here's a quote that kind of in that vein. He said, "A man who has lived in many places is not likely to be deceived by the local errors of his native village. The scholar has lived in many times and is therefore in some degree immune from the great cataract of nonsense that pours from the press and the microphone of his own age." And so there in that quote, he's talking about why we need to be reading and studying works from different eras, because it helps us guard against the blind spots of our own age in which we live.
Yeah, well said. All right, so your hobbies. What do you enjoy?
Baseball. So I love watching baseball, Atlanta Braves. I love coaching baseball. I have 3 sons. I coach them privately, also their teams. And so if you don't see me teaching or pastoring, you will likely find me on a baseball field.
Sounds good. All right, favorite book or author that you've studied this summer?
Yeah, so this is a little unconventional, but I read a book this summer called Strange Rites, New Religions for a Godless World by Tara Isabella Burton. And it really blew me away, because what she argues in the book is that while we would all see that the world is becoming more secular, it's not becoming less religious. It's just now our religions are secular, and she goes into great detail describing what those secular religions look like, and it just reinforced something the Bible teaches, and that's that we are all worshipers at heart, and you can just see that playing out over time.
Fabulous. Now I have another book that I can add to my list because I don't know this one. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and end and finish with, what are you teaching this year at School A Academy?
Yeah, so I'm teaching 2 classes on C.S. Lewis, readings in C.S. Lewis for middle schoolers, advanced readings in C.S. Lewis for high schoolers, writing and rhetoric 4, and everyday debate.
Well, that sounds great. I am so glad that you're joining us this year. And friends and family, take a look at his courses and join us this year. Thanks. God bless.
Thank you.